Awesome. Thanks, Victoria. What a morning so far. Thank you all for taking some time here. We're going to talk about AI production deployments at scale in the enterprise. Now, we all know we've gotten a lot of AI demos over the last year. It's easy to demo AI. It's very hard to do it at scale in production for real enterprises. So that's what we're going to talk about today. There are two studies here from industry analysts around AI that I want to call attention to. One we've all heard of is this MIT study that says 95% of Gen AI deployments are getting 0 ROI today. Now, if you peel back the covers there, ultimately what they're saying, they have a lot of different recommendations. And what they say in the winning playbook, ultimately, is you need to focus on specific workflows. And when you do that, you find entire categories that are proving benefit today, like voice AI. And certainly, Alex and I see that every single day in the customers that we work with. And so there's a healthy bit of skepticism because it's very easy to create AI demos, but we are seeing real ROI today. The other piece, I'll talk about is from research analysts at Gartner. And what they're seeing is 80%, nearly 80% of customer experience leaders. These are across product and customer success. What they're seeing is this new era of problem solving with voice. And we all have heard about that potential and reality here this morning. So some of those leading analysts are saying, look, be skeptical of certain AI realms, but also the impact and the potential of voice and what it's having today. So let's talk a little bit about those voices. So Alex and I, and our teams spend a ton of time with customers, and we thought it'd be helpful to share a few learnings. First, on the voice piece, the amount of flexibility that is part of a voice strategy, I think, is really interesting. So let's go ahead and hear what this flexibility looks like. So we had our voice sommelier work with a clone of his voice and work through a few different languages. And I want you to pay particular attention to not just the intonation and the inflection that will carry through into different languages, but also the dialect and the character of the voice in that native language. Let's take a listen.
Hey, how's it going? What can I do for you today? Hey, it's going well. I'm hoping I can book an appointment with Dr. Friedman, but I want to continue this conversation in Spanish only, please. Claro que sí. Me encantaría ayudarte a programar una cita con la doctora Friedman. ¿Sería este tu primera visita con ella? Can you count from 1 to 10, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Actually, I changed my mind. Can we switch this conversation? I only want to speak in French from now on. Absolument. Je peux certainement changer la langue de notre conversation en français. Comment puis-je vous aider aujourd'hui? I'm really sorry to do this to you, but can we actually switch to German from now on, please? Kein Problem, wir können gerne auf Deutsch weitermachen. Wie kann ich Ihnen heute helfen? Actually, one more time. Let's just go back to English. It's much easier for me. So English only, please. Okay, no problem at all. We can definitely switch back to English.
And so with that, I cannot speak that well, that native and those different tones. Mark is able to clone his voice and carry it through our multilingual functionality across different languages that sound natural and, of course, carry all the emotion in his voice. So that's the first one, is flexibility. Of course, we can clone voices, go through 10,000 voices now in our voice library, as well as synthetically create a voice out of thin air. So what that means is an infinite amount of voices across 74 languages. That's flexibility. Then once you find your voice, you're going to want to direct it. And in order to direct it, I call you to our newest V3 model that really allows you to be in that director mode. Let's take a listen.
Yo, did you hear that ElevenLabs just shipped the research preview of 11 V3?
Oh, wow. And I hear there's this great video sharing feature?
Yeah, you just generate and then click the share button. It then makes a video just like this.
Wow, this is great. And I can't believe it can now do 70 plus languages and even audio tags like this.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, now I'm definitely going to try out that video sharing feature.
And you think about the emotion and the sentiment that's possible in all of your workflows across your enterprise, pretty powerful to be able to have that director-like experience. But then on that experience, you're going to want it to have that emotional context and really sound human-like and be something that like your business is proud to put forward. And so with that, let's go ahead and hear a sample of 2 Korean speakers having some dialogue. Let's see if you can pick which one was generated by ElevenLabs. Let's take a
방금 그
listen.
소리 들었어?
들었어. 뭔가 쿵하고 떨어진 소리였지?
뒤다. 뒷마당 쪽에서 난 것 같아.
아, 설마 누가 들어온 건 아니겠지?
쓰레기통 옆에 뭐 있는 것 같았어. 그림자도 스쳤어.
아, 지금 너무 무서운데? 창문 다 잠갔어?
All right, they were both generated by ElevenLabs. Well, with that, though, once you have the flexibility across voices and languages, and then you bring in that direct ability as well, with the human-like emotion that we're known for, then, you have your voice. But we all know that's only where it starts. To get a real voice agent in production, there's so much more that you need to be successful. And here are some of the most common challenges that we see in many, many deployments across the enterprise. So first off, the very first step is you have to understand what the customer and user are asking for, right? Otherwise, the rest of it does not matter. So today, I'm super excited to announce that our Scribe V2 real-time in our agents platform goes over, we did a full internal analysis, and our semantic error rates are actually 54% better than the previous 5 state-of-the-art models. It's an amazing win that really helps you understand what is the user saying and what do they mean. And with that, there's also on the scale side, scale is so important. In the amount of time it takes me to say this sentence, we just created another entire day of audio. And that is an incredible feat. And also, we've now passed over 100 years of conversation created through our voice agent platform. Of course, speed matters. You might be able to wait 10 seconds if you're chatting with a chatbot, but in voice, that doesn't work. Someone's just going to hang up, right? So you need a really low latency application. And what we found is with LLM flexibility, giving you the power to be able to use any LLM you want, bring your custom LLM, et cetera, that's been an enormous game changer for our customers. And now what we found with our own self-hosted LLMs is that they're actually 47% faster from a latency perspective, and that's amazing results. I've also seen on the RAG side where industry standard usually adds over a second of latency in terms of RAG. Our amazing, brilliant engineers have found a way to get our average RAG time down to 200 milliseconds. Astounding. The last one I'll say is consistency. And every player, it seems, in this space is generally, pumping out like their own stats. And I wish there was a universal way to categorize and measure consistency, because I think this is one of the core true differentiators of ElevenLabs. It's easier to get something to say something once, very difficult to get it to say it repeatedly, consistently, the 100th, 1000th, millionth time. And so with that, I'm going to use a proxy here. Cora, I'm sure many of you are aware of, has Poe, and they bring all these wonderful AI models to be able to choose from. And they bring 18 audio models to be able to choose from. And what they found is 74% of all audio content generated within Cora Poe is done with ElevenLabs models. So we talked about voice strategy, the flexibility, the directability, and the human-like emotion. Then, you want to be able to figure out, okay, I understand it. Can it scale? Can it be fast? And ultimately have that consistency. So then, the only question left, and it's not an easy one, can I trust it? So with that, of course, we have all from the security standpoint, everything you could expect and imagine, in a baseline platform. And then we have all sorts of advanced features, things like zero retention mode. And now, happy to announce that we do support PII redaction as well. For those that does apply to, that can be super, super important for more regulated industries and more sensitive information and conversations. Then on the compliance side, we have a dozen certifications. And now, just recently, launched PCI certification. Anyone in the room work with payments or wants to in the future? Yes, okay, we got some good hands. So really excited at the potential of working with you on that as well on PCI. Of course, we have our industry-leading and first ever speech classifier, and now support C2PA content controls as well. So excited about all the work we're doing around compliance. And then when it comes to deploying reliably and safely, I feel like our security and safety teams, they're just unsung heroes. We do so much in this realm. And you heard about our version management that we're launching, as we talked about this morning. We're also now launching customizable guardrails and also coming soon real-time monitoring. So I want to talk about both of these just in a little bit more detail because they're super important to the enterprises and customers that we support. So with that, let's talk about these November launches here. First, coming soon, real-time monitoring. We have heard a lot from customers, just the request to be able to barge in, to be able to listen in and stop the call if you need to, or take over the call, and not just have a normal workflow where it transfers to a human agent in some scenario, but also to really barge in if you need to. So that's what our live monitoring and barge in are going to be able to support, and really excited about that. And then on the right here, we have a new customizable guardrails platform here. And I think that's really important because all your businesses are so unique, and some of you may want all the guardrails in place, some of you none, some with our recommended selection. But now we have this ability to really have that control with the agent itself, of course, with full observability and measurement afterwards. So you can really make those improvements and even adjust your confidence threshold for each and every one of these criteria that we're rolling out now. So with many of these improvements, this is a wonderful partnership between our incredibly brilliant engineering and research teams and go-to-market and FDEs, and your all feedback really helped to drive all of these successes. And with hearing about our successes on the ground with our field deployment engineering team, I'll pass it over to Alex, please.
Thanks, Ben. So Ben's just talked you through a number of problems that we see when deploying enterprises and how our product and our platform is improving to be able to meet those challenges and get you to build from 0 to 1 very quickly. I'm here to talk about forward deployed engineering, which is another key part of that and how we work with our customers. So if the platform's so great, what is forward deployed engineering and why do we need it? So our platform offers a really, really strong foundation for building enterprise scale deployments of AI. It rises to the scale that you need it to. We have controls to finely grain controls for managing agents and ensuring that they're reliable and they're doing what you need them to do. But even with all of these controls to be able to build agents, everybody in this room knows that deploying agents at enterprise scale is really, really hard. The final mile, the part that really matters, generating value for problems that your business is facing, requires a lot of effort. And that's because your business and your problems are unique. Every business has unique processes, unique knowledge, unique compliance requirements, brand concerns, and a plethora of existing legacy systems and custom systems that these agents need to integrate with. And so what ElevenLabs does in this space is we have a forward deployed engineering team that will partner with our customers to help them realize value from those agents. What's forward deployed engineering? So for those of you that haven't heard this term before, it's a really simple concept. The idea is we take our engineers and strategic consultants, and we partner to form a single team with our customers to deliver value with our agents. Drilling down on that, there's 3 core pillars of the forward deployed engineering philosophy. So the first thing is experts. So our forward deployed engineers, they're not sales engineers, they're not demo engineers. We have taken some incredibly talented people, ex-founders, ex-consultants from leading strategy firms, and engineers from world-leading tech companies. We then take those experts and we embed them in your organization to help you solve the problems that matter. And we hold those forward deployed engineers accountable to your outcomes. So when we're measuring our forward deployed engineering teams, we're measuring their success not by number of billable hours that they sell or number of contracts or upsells that they make, but actually by the KPIs of the projects that they're working on, so that we can align our incentives and work truly as a single team. And the third thing that's really, really important is that we take that team and we tell them, you have this amazing product, this amazing platform, but if that doesn't solve the problem, build whatever you need to make sure that the customer is successful. And so when you combine those 3 things together, what that means for you as a customer is that you have a single team where you have your business experts and our AI deployment experts all aligned by your KPI, and with no rules about we can only use the product as it exists today and configure it using the existing tooling. What that looks like in a particular example, in a project deployment, is very simple. So we partner together as a single team to identify the use cases that we want to build agents or AI applications to solve. So that is a combination of working out what problems are important to you. It's also a case of applying our learnings from the field and deploying AI agents to handle the right amount of complexity and tackle use cases where we can actually show value in a sensible amount of time. The second portion is that we then build that into production. And so we're not talking about building proof of concepts or demos, but actually we have engineers that will partner with your teams to build production-ready agents and systems that will then hopefully meaningfully improve those KPIs. And the third part is once we've built it, we deliver it and we monitor it, and we stay with you to ensure that you actually realize the value that you want from that build. So it's not a case of build it, deploy it, get a signature, and move on, but actually how do we deploy it and ensure that it's actually you're realizing value. And crucially, once we've done that, compound on that value by working out which of the technical integrations we can reuse, what are the prompt configurations and agent configurations we can reuse, and work out all of the learnings that, again, then make doing use case 2, 3, 4 much easier. I'm an engineer. I've spent a lot of time talking, so I'm actually going to try it now and show you some of the things and a representative example of how we work. So what I'm going to show you is a number of capabilities that we've built with customers in the field in order for them to see value from our agents platform. And I'm going to take a number of these examples together and piece them into a representative example so that you can see the art of the possible. And I'm going to do that in a very short amount of time. So setting the scene, I'd like you all to imagine that you are an enterprise that is trying to improve the efficiency of your customer experience organization. So right now, your reps are spending lots of time on the phone with customers explaining very basic questions about the kinds of products and services that you offer, instead of answering the important questions that can't be solved through other channels. You've already tried investing in AI to try and solve this problem and deflect those customers from calling your human agents. So you've built an AI chatbot. It operates via text. It's on your website. But you're not seeing that actually land any value. Customers, for whatever reason, aren't using it, but they're using the channel that they're used to, which is voice and your customer support lines. So if I can now move to my laptop. So the goal here is to work out how can we start to meaningfully move that KPI and start to deflect customers from our human agents as quickly as possible. Now, if I was trying to sell the platform with all the capabilities, let's say, I'd go through and show you how you can build a perfect voice agent from scratch using all of our components. But the goal of forward deployed engineering is not to do that. It's to generate value as quickly as possible in a pragmatic way with you as a single team. So let's not build it from scratch. Let's reuse that existing investment. So here I'm in an agent configuration. And my prompt here is actually really quite short. And the reason for that is that you've already built a chatbot. You've already spent lots of time investing and testing and evaluating and monitoring that bot. And it's released into production already. So let's reuse that. Let's bootstrap our voice agent from your text agent. So we create an integration with that text agent. But there's a big problem, which is that when we first do this, those text agents generally aren't built for low latency applications. If I'm chatting, it's over via text. It doesn't matter if it takes a few seconds to respond. And in this case, it's an average of just under 7 seconds of latency. If a person on a phone takes 7 seconds to respond every time I talk to it, I'm very quickly going to lose interest. So what our forward deployed engineers built with our product teams in the field is a whole new execution mechanism so that we can start to leverage these text bots in what seems like a low latency way. So it built a mechanism for our agents to call these text bots in the background while still continuing the conversation, not blocking and waiting on a response, but calling out to that as the conversation's happening in real time so that it has the knowledge from the existing AI bot, but still feels conversational. Now, we want to deploy this, and I can go into our platform and I can very quickly collect the code to embed that as a digital widget on my website. But we've already established that didn't work. When we did it before, when we used text chatbots, people weren't interacting with it. So actually, let's go to where people are interacting with our product. Through the phone line, through the IVR. So on the screen, I've got a CCAS that this customer is using. It's Genesis. You probably have one yourselves. And this is a huge effort that you've already built. And so let's embed within this. Let's not try and change the whole tree, but let's take just the small part of your existing IVR flow and embed our agent in a seamless way. So what you're seeing on the screen now is an integration that one of our forward-deployed engineers built with a customer to enable seamless integration of voice agents with existing IVR trees. And this is powerful because it not only allows voice transfer, but also data in and out, so that data you're collecting throughout the IVR flow can be used by the agent and referred to by the agent. And any insights that AI agent is able to pull from a conversation, it's able to push back into the IVR tree. So you can continue to use it throughout the rest of your existing flow. At this point, we have everything we need to call this agent. And I want you to look for two things in this phone call. One is the fact that we start in IVR land, we move through to AI agent land, and that's seamless to the customer. You might spot it. The second part is you should notice that even though the brain for this agent is actually going to take 7+ seconds, at no point is it going to feel like I'm waiting for more than what I would expect when talking to an individual. And I hope the audio is going to be OK. I'm actually going to call it on my phone and hold it to the microphone. So hopefully that sounds great.
You have reached our support line. Please note all calls are recorded for monitoring and improvement. Please listen to the following options. Press 1 if you are calling about our consumer banking products. Press 2 if you are calling as a business. Press 3 for technical support. Press 4 to speak with a sales. If you are calling about an existing card, press 1. If you are a new customer calling to learn more about our plans, press 2. To return to the previous.
Hi, thanks for calling. I'm El. I'll be your digital assistant today.
Hi, El. I'm Alex. Great to meet you.
It's great to meet you too, Alex. How can I help you with your credit card inquiries today?
Yeah, I'm looking to get a new credit card, and I just wanted to get an understanding of what the different plans are that are available.
I'm now looking up the different credit card plans available for you. While I'm retrieving those details, do you have any specific features or benefits you're looking for in a credit card, such as travel rewards, cashback, or perhaps a low interest rate? Knowing this will help me narrow down the options.
Yeah, primarily I'm looking to get some cash back. That's the thing I care about most.
Thanks for waiting, Alex. I have the details on our credit card plans now. Since you're primarily interested in cashback, I can tell you that all of our cards offer cashback rewards. Our bronze card offers 1% cashback on all purchases.
I'm going to end the call there for the purposes of time. Do you get the idea? It's embedded natively within my existing IVR tree. I've not had to throw any of that out. I've just been able to take the one portion of the tree where I want to embed AI, and I've done that in a seamless way. The second part is even though that text agent was powering that conversation and can take anywhere from 7 seconds to 15 seconds in some cases, it never felt like it. It starts the call in the background and it continues to say, I'm just going to retrieve that information. While I do that, is there anything in particular you're interested to hear about? It felt very natural as a user. The final thing that I'll say is once we've built this, it's now ready to go in production. How do we actually start to monitor it? So monitoring it, ensuring that our KPIs are going up is obviously one of the things that we really care about. And the way that we can do that, we collect all of this data on our platform, and we have a whole suite of analytic features that enable you to go and use it. But if we're working with an enterprise, you've probably already got a data strategy. You've got a data warehouse, you've got a BI layer, you've got tools where your analysts are, and the solution for monitoring these KPIs can't be step one, bring all of your analysts into our brand new platform. So we build the ability to export all of our data into your existing data warehouse so that you can use it wherever your analysts currently are. And so we built the ability to do that right back into whatever existing tool you're using. Here on the screen is Sigma, which is not a kind of a BI tool that we use internally. And with that, I'm going to very quickly, if we can move back to the slides, I'm going to hand over to Ben, who's going to talk about some real customer stories, some real KPIs, and how we're helping in those cases.
Amazing. Thanks, Alex. Let's give it up for our FDE team. Incredible, incredible work. And we're going to get the hook here off stage. So just really quickly, want to just make a few quick points. One is this is A16Z, who has been incredible partners with us. This is their market map for the year. There are, it feels like, dozens of new agent providers every single month that are coming up in this wonderful world of innovation. I just feel so humbled to be a part of this journey, of this ecosystem where we work with hyperscalers and trust and safety providers, and we work across the board with all sorts of different partners, integrations, LLMs, of course our voice actors, and these vertical specific providers as well. Some of these boxes, we work with 100% of them as customers, and on this slide, we're fortunate enough to work with over 50% of those in this landscape. It's such an incredible journey, and so exciting just building the future with you all. So I just deeply wanted to say, thank you. Some of you work with us in terms of our state-of-the-art models, others for end-to-end solutions, some with all the audio orchestration and some of the great work that Alex and his team are doing. And we're just super excited about the potential because we're just scratching the surface of what's possible in voice agents today. With that, our customers are such a big part of this as well. So I'll just quickly touch on 3 use cases and customers that we have. Epic Games, amazing partnership. I'm pretty sure this was the largest AI audio deployment ever. Alex and his team were working very closely with Epic Games to be able to just amazingly create 2 days worth of Darth Vader's voice every single second, and that scale and consistency and quality was just an incredible thing. And the idea of bringing that level of scale to your all deployments and potential is just awesome. With Meta, excited to announce and proud to partner with them that will be used in their Horizon platform to help game developers create interactive NPCs. And this is just the first of many projects we're working on with them, so really excited about the potential there. And thirdly here, 7 Rooms, recently acquired by DoorDash, some amazing work with our go-to-market and FDE teams and them as just wonderful partners to be able to bring voice agents to reservations and customer support. They looked at the entire landscape. They found a lot of inconsistencies and challenges with TTS providers, as well as reliable tool calling, and they wanted a partner that could really help them scale the right concurrency that they plan on and expect. So really, really excited to partner with you all and these wonderful companies and many more on and off this slide. Let's give it up to you all for these amazing ideas and sending all of the work through production. Thank you so much. Back to Victoria.